Today we are going to be covering Utah Middle School Math Project 2.1e, which is more subtraction of numbers. But before we do that, in order to be successful today, we need to reflect on these questions. So pause the recording as you quietly reflect. And when you come back, we'll go over it together. All right, now we're back. What happens to the basket when you take away rocks? If I'm subtracting negatives, what happens to that basket? Emily, the basket goes up. What else could I do to make the basket go up? What else will produce that same result? Cadence. We could add balloons. Adding balloons is also going to make the basket go up. That is more important than you realize. Eyes on the screen. This means if I have a problem like (10 minus a -3, where I'm taking away rocks. Since it's going to have the exact same result as adding balloons, I can change the problem. So instead of it being a takeaway or a subtraction problem, it can be an addition problem. Instead of taking away rocks or negatives, I could change it to adding balloons or positives. How long have you been taking away negatives? About a week, right? How long have you been adding positives? Probably since you were 5, right? So which one is going to be a little bit easier to do? Probably the one that we've got a lot of experience with. So you can change the problems. We're going to be practicing that today. Next reflection question. What happens to the basket when we subtract positives? If I take away balloons, what happens to that basket? Aaliyah. Yep. The basket goes down. What else can I do to give me that same result? Michael. We could add rocks. If I add rocks, now there's more weight in the basket, so that basket is going to go down. Yep. So again, I want you to understand just how important that is. That means if I have a problem like this, think about how we'd have to model it. 7 rocks take away 3 balloons. Oh no, there's no balloons in the basket, right? And we have to go Aldora. Takes a lot. But we could just change this. Instead of taking away balloons, we can change it to an adding rocks problem. And then it becomes 7 rocks plus 3 rocks. What's 7 rocks plus 3 rocks? 10 rocks, right? It's just rocks plus rocks is more rocks, so it's a lot easier to handle. So we don't always want to make the changes, but we can make the changes. And that's what today is all about. So in Utah Middle School Math Project 2.1e, we're doing more subtraction with integers. Let's do the first two together. Number 1, and then across the way, number 2. First, do you see how similar these problems are? Okay. Just like usual, we're going to circle the operation because now, do you see that they're mixed? Subtraction, and then the very next problem is addition. So we really need to make sure we're paying attention to the operations. This problem, and I do want you guys to take notes the exact way I am today. Pretty soon you're going to develop your own strategies, but right now I want you to mimic what I'm doing. This is 3 minus 14. So I think of this as 3 balloons. Take away. What is it that I'm taking away? 14. What comes after the subtraction sign? Do you see another negative sign? No, so it's 3 balloons, take away 14 balloons. There's not rocks there. And that's a problem, isn't it? 3 balloons, take away 14 balloons. Let me draw those 3 balloons. Take away 14. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, we don't have enough balloons. So what do? 0 pairs. So now I'm going to draw a 0 pair. There's a 4th balloon, still not enough. I need to keep on going. There's going to be a lot of 0 pairs. There's 6 now, still not enough. Keep going. of these here are all 0 pairs. I'm going to circle the 0 pairs so I know what's happening. Okay, do I have enough balloons now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my gosh, I still don't have enough. This problem's getting to be really long, isn't it? What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Finally, I have enough balloons. Now I can take them all away. So, gone, gone, gone. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So what is it that I have left? Just a bunch of rocks. How many rocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rocks. So 11 rocks is negative 11. That was a long time to do one problem, wasn't it? Let's do this version. 3 balloons. What am I doing in this problem? Adding. What am I adding? It says negative 14, so I'm adding 14 rocks this time. Here's my 1, 2, 3 balloons, and I'm just adding. Do I need to worry about 0 pairs right now? No, because I'm not even taking anything away, so that's what's really nice. I'm just going to add 14 rocks. So there's my 3 balloons, adding 1, 2, 3. Do you see how I've already changed my method? I'm not drawing rocks and balloons now. I got lazy. I'm doing positive signs and negative signs. Anyway, 1, 2, 3 rocks, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Good. And now when I've added, I didn't have to bring in 0 pairs, but now I have created 0 pairs, right? There's a 0. There's a 0. There's a 0. What do I have left after getting rid of those 0 pairs? Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 11 rocks, so negative 11. Both of those problems, they looked really similar. 3 minus 14, 3 plus a negative 14. We both ended up with negative 11. Which one was easier to do? Luis? Which one? Yeah, the addition problem. This was a lot easier. Here I have to turn into Dora. Oh no, we don't have enough balloons. We have to get our backpack out, look at all our 0 pairs. It gets to be a really long process. Here we just add them to the basket and see what happens. Ends up being a lot easier. Let's see which one's easier on the next one. Look at 3 and 4. We have 5 plus a negative 13 and 5 minus 13. Do you want me to do it with you, or do you want to do it on your own? You got it, on your own. While students are working on their own, I am going to pause the video, but I am going to show my work. So only move on past the video if you want to see the answer. All right, here's my models. Let's see what I have left. 5 balloons, add 13 rocks. I created 0 pairs, and I was left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many rocks? Tanner. Yeah, 8 rocks, so negative 8, exactly. And here, 5 balloons take away 13 balloons. Did I have enough balloons? No, I had to look at 0 pairs. So it took me time to draw all of those 0 pairs. Then I finally had enough that I could take away all of my balloons. Now all of my balloons are gone and I'm left with only the rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rocks. So another negative 8, right? Again, compare. We're going to take a vote this time, which means I should see everybody raising their hand because you all have an opinion. You're going to vote on which one you thought was easier, 3 or 5. Raise your hand if you like doing 3 better. Okay, raise your hand if you like doing 4 better. And most students raised their hands saying number 3 was the one that they preferred doing. It was easier. Why? A lot of students raised their hands, so why did you choose this one? Luis? Yeah, we didn't have to create 0 pairs, right? We didn't have to acknowledge that they were there. We just had our balloons, we added in the rocks, and we're like, oh, all of those ones turned to zeros. Exactly. But number 4, we realized, oh no, we don't have enough to take it away. Look at all the 0 pairs, which takes a lot of extra drawing and modeling. And then finally, we know the answer. Let's see for 5 and 6, because that's 2 now. We liked number 2, which was addition. We liked number 3, which was addition. 5 and 6. Which one of these do you like better? With your groups, model it, ready, set, go. We're pausing the recording. Only continue on past this if you want to see the answers. Okay, 6 minus 13. That's 6 balloons take away 13 balloons. I don't have enough balloons, so I had to draw in all of these 0 pairs. Now, finally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's my 13 balloon gons. It leaves me 13 balloons gone, and it leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rocks, or negative 7. That was a lot of work. I had to draw in all of those 0 pairs. Now we have 6 balloons, add 13 rocks. I started with my 6 balloons. I just drew in 13 rocks. When I drew those in, it created some 0 pairs. But I'm left with these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 extra rocks. So same answer, 2 different ways of looking at the problem. Let's take a vote again. You're voting on, do you like number 5 better, or did you like doing number 6 better? I want to see those hands. Who likes number 5 better? Who likes number 6 better? Okay, again, most of you raised your hand for 6. What is it that you like about 5, the few of you who raised your hand for 5? I want to learn from you. What do you like about 5? Gabriel? How was it quick and easy? I'm just curious, because in my opinion, it's not quick. So what makes it quick and easy in your opinion? The way it's written? Okay. Zuri? Yep. Exactly. On number 6, we don't have to turn into Dora. On number 5, we do. 6 balloons take away 13 balloons. Oh no, we don't have enough. So we have to draw in those 0 pairs before we can complete that problem. And that's why I don't like having to do number 5. Can I do it? Do I know how? Sure. Do I want to have to draw those 0 pairs all the time? I don't. Not when I can change the problem. The rest of them, I'm going to let you guys work at your own pace. We're going to spend 5 more minutes working on 7 through 20. I'm going to get done what I can in that same amount of time. Viewers watching the video, you're going to also work for 5 minutes, see what you can get done, or spend the time getting them all done, and we'll show the answers when we can. We'll discuss that last question at the very end when we can, but you are working with your groups, finishing up what you can here. Pausing the recording for 5 minutes. Ready, set, go. Okay, in 5 minutes, this is what I was able to get done. Check your answers. Let's take some votes now that you've done both of them. Look at 7 and 8. Which one did you like better? 9 balloons take away 8 balloons, or 9 balloons add 8 rocks. Who liked number 7 better? Okay. Who liked number 8 better? Yeah, it's kind of split. I think this one is one of those ones where it almost doesn't matter. I still like adding. I still prefer to add. So I like adding rocks and just knowing that some of them are going to zero out. But this one, we didn't even have to do anything with rocks. We could just cross out some of the ones that we already drew. Either way, both of these resulted in 1. 9 and 10 were interesting. How many of you guys double checked because they were different than all the others? I didn't follow the pattern. Did I throw you off? Just one of you? 2 of you? Number 9 and number 10. Number 9, we have 6 rocks, take away 14 balloons. We go all Dora. Oh no, we don't have enough, right? But we end up with negative 20. Number 10 is just 14 plus 6. 14 balloons add 6 balloons. That's like a 2nd grade level problem, so no issues there. We have 20 balloons. Did you see that they were different? Okay. Number 11 and 12. 11 is 8 balloons, add 3 balloons. That's easy. That's like a 2nd grade problem again. 8 balloons, add 3 more balloons. That's just going to be 11 balloons. 8 balloons take away 3 rocks. Do we have any rocks to take away? Yes, in the 0 pairs, but we have to draw those 0 pairs before we can take them away. So once I draw those 0 pairs, then I can take away those rocks, and I see that I am left with 11 balloons. So again, different versions of the same problem. Which one do you like better? I'm ready for a vote again. 11 or 12, which one did you like better? Did you like 11 better? Raise your hand if you say yes, that's the one I like. Okay, hands down 12. Who liked number 12 better? Why? I'm curious, you're the only one, so why? Nope, we're not subtracting 8 from -3. We're subtracting -3 from 8. We're taking away rocks from balloons. But we're not really turning it into a positive. That's what that one is. And so, Bladen, what you're doing is you're already making a connection that we're going to get to in a second. And I'm glad for that. But the connection that we are trying to make is which version of this problem is easier? This one's easier. When you're saying you like this one, Bladen, it's because what you're doing in your head is you're changing it to this one. So which one do you really like better? This one, because you're recognizing that you can change this type of problem into this type of problem, right? And that's the connection that I wanted to make. For anybody else who made it further than me, here's the answers. 5 plus 12 is 17. 5 minus a -12 is also 17. Because if we're taking away rocks, the basket goes up. Taking away rocks makes the basket go up. And the rest I'm not going to show you the answers to, because the rest are going to be your homework. Okay? Before we officially make it to homework, though, I want to do a little bit more from this lesson. It says, look back at the previous exercise. Which is easier to think about, addition or subtraction? Each time I've been taking a vote, you know what the majority of you have said? You've voted for addition. Yep. Because when it's addition, I don't have to ever draw in extra 0 pairs. I might create 0 pairs when I add rocks with balloons. There might be some 0 pairs there, but I don't have to bring them in. I don't have to turn into Dora and look in the backpack. I think addition is going to be a little bit easier. That's just my opinion. So with that in mind, the next set of problems here is us changing subtraction to addition. So eyes on the screen, this is how I want you to be thinking about these. We're going to look at the example that's already done. This is balloons take away balloons. I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to say, what is it that we're doing? We are taking away balloons. So that's what I'm going to write. Take away. When I take away balloons, what direction does a basket go? Take away balloons. Think about it. Yeah, it goes down. What else can I do to make the basket go down? Add rocks. That's why we change 3 minus 5 to 3 plus a -5. Notice what's happening here. The 3 is staying the same. I'm only changing the taking away balloons part to adding rocks. The 3 is staying the same. And what is 3 plus a -5? -2. That's what we're doing. Don't work too far ahead of me, though, because I want to see this kind of work on your page. 21, what are we doing? -2. We are taking away, it doesn't say rocks, taking away balloons. Yep, right after the subtraction sign is a positive number. So this is another take away balloons problem. Taking away balloons makes the basket go. Try again. Don't start blurting out the answer until your brain has had a chance to think about it. When we take away balloons, the basket goes. I don't know who said it again. Okay, how else can I make the basket go down? We can add rocks. So again, we're changing the problem to an add rocks problem. Which means I'm still going to start in the same place. We're still starting our basket at -2. But this taking away a positive number, I'm going to change to adding a negative number. And now that became 2 rocks plus 6 rocks, which is going to be equal to 8 rocks, or -8. Try the next one, number 22. Try it with your groups. I'm going to pause the recording as students give it a try. Ready, set, go. What kind of problem is this? 9 minus 14. What am I taking away, Gabriel? We are taking away balloons. When I take away balloons, what happens to that basket? I don't want that. Basket goes down. Oh, stop doing that. What else can I do to make the basket go down? Add rocks. So I need to change this problem to an add rocks problem. Remember, we're still starting at 9. But instead of taking away a whole bunch of balloons, I'm going to start at 9 and add negatives. So instead of taking away a positive 14, I'm going to add a negative 14. 9 balloons, adding 14 rocks. What's going to be happening to that basket? It's going down. How far down? The first 14 rocks, or excuse me, the first 9 rocks are just going to zero out these guys, leaving me with 5 more rocks, or negative 5. Now we're switching things up. Number 23. Still a takeaway problem, but what's after the subtraction sign? What is it that I am taking away? A negative 4, which means this time I'm taking away rocks. If it's a negative, that means I'm taking away rocks. When I take away rocks, what's happening to that basket? Up. How else can I make the basket go up? Aaliyah. We can put balloons in it. We can add balloons. Look at how this problem changes. The basket still starts at 7. And instead of taking away rocks, I'm going to add positives. So I'm adding a positive 4. Again, this is an easy problem now. Taking away rocks, you've done that for about a week. Adding balloons, you've been doing that since 2nd grade. What's 7 balloons plus 4 more balloons? 11 balloons, positive 11. Number 24. Negative 10 minus a negative 7. I am taking away rocks. And again, if I take away rocks, there's less in the basket to weigh it down, so the basket goes up. I can also make the basket go up by adding balloons. So, we're still starting in the same place. It is still a negative 10. But instead of taking away negatives, I'm going to add positives. 10 rocks, add 7 balloons. The first 7 balloons are going to zero out some of those rocks. So the answer is negative 3. Again, your homework is completing these things that you did not finish in class. It is time to go, and we're going to finish this lesson in another video. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.